This is the Wisekrakrbusiness Warframe, and today we're going to take a look at the SYNOID SIMULOR, a very special weapon, and we'll see in a minute why it is so special. But first, where can I get this weapon? Well, you can get it from the Cephalon Suda Syndicate after you are an expert genius wise man, and then you have this weapon. So let's check it out first. This weapon shoots tiny little orbs that, after manually detonating it, inflict a AoE electricity proc. But these little balls can also detonate from themselves after 8 seconds. But the main thing to do with these balls is to stack them. So you just keep shooting at one spot and they'll all combine to a big flippin ball that will suck your enemies and do AoE magnetic damage every time a little ball is stacked with the rest. Every time an orb is combined with the rest, it staggers your enemies backwards and deals AoE damage to them. And this magnetic damage does well against shields, but it isn't very good against alloy armor. You can shoot your balls directly in the faces of your enemies, but that will deal no damage. So let's check out our first build and see how we kill all these bastards. And our first build is a blast and magnetic damage build. Magnetic because it always has magnetic damage, but blast because it will stagger or knock down your enemies and of course kill them after a while. And as you can see, it has a lot of fire rate because that will help with creating your stacks. And of course shred for some punch through. So let's check it out against some corrupted butchers. Level 85, and let's see how this build goes against these kinds of enemies. So here we go. One ball doesn't do enough. See, me shooting him against them doesn't do anything. But when you stack them, when you stack all the orbs, look at what happens. Bam, one dies. See, and that is how you do it. You just stack them up. Just stack up the balls, and they die. Even level 85 bastards will die very easily. So, I must say, ladies and gentlemen, this weapon is a must. You must have this weapon. If you don't, well, you've been missing a whole lot. Look at this. I'm just standing here, stacking up my orbs, and they just all die like little bastards. Here we go. I don't even have to aim or anything. I just have to shoot somewhere around the enemies, and the orbs will stack with themselves and do that AoE damage. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So, now it's time for some Grineer butchers. Let's see how these bastards can take some Simulor in the face. And there you go. You can see immediately the AoE damage when the orbs are stacked. And that is how you do it. And remember, you can always detonate your orbs manually by using your middle mouse button. But if you don't do that, after 8 seconds, your orbs will disappear. But look at that. I wanted to show you. Oh my lord. Did you see that? Just 4 orbs stacked with each other and they all die. So now, let's fight against some MOAs. All different kinds because, well, I'm not racist. I'm not discriminating against some MOAs and some not. No, let's kill them all. Let's kill all MOAs. Here we go. There you can see the AoE damage, and they all die. Here we go. We got some left here, but as you can see, because of the shield from the MOAs, it'll take a little bit more time, but still, they all die because of the magnetic and electricity damage. Even very high-leveled infestations are no match against this Simulor with the blast damage build. As you can see here, we got level 150, level 300 infestations because I don't know how I created them, but I did. And you can see here that they all fall down. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this weapon is flippin' amazing. Again, you have to have this weapon. It is just amazing. But you also need some formas installed in this weapon, so remember that. So here we go. We got a corrosive and magnetic build. Very good against the Grineer. And as you can see, with split chamber and serration and heavy caliber, we got a lot of damage. Val acceleration for the fire rate, and of course the mods for the corrosive damage. But you can also use your shred mod, or you can use your hellfire mod for some even more damage. It is all up to you. But I chose my Val acceleration because I like the fire rate. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fight some Grineer. And as you can see, you can use your orbs to defend some spots. Here you can see I am defending this door and I'm defending this way. So every time an enemy will come these ways, they will die immediately. That is handy, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. They try to get to me, but they don't. There we go. And as you can see, this weapon also has an innate entropy skill that does magnetic damage. So even more magnetic damage after a while, when the entropy will blast out of your ass. So there we go. There. And here we can see the entropy again. It is so easy with this weapon, ladies and gentlemen. So, now it's time for a viral and electricity plus some magnetic damage build. Again with the split chamber, serration and heavy caliber mods. And the Val acceleration mod for some extra fire rate. And of course the mods we need for the electricity and viral damage. And this build does well against the Corpus. So here we are. And let's fight them. This is a Tower 4 defense mission, and as you can see again, no bastard can escape my SYNOID SIMULOR, and they all die. It is so easy. You don't have to aim or nothing. You just shoot somewhere around the enemies and your orbs will stack, and every time they stack, they do the AoE damage and all the enemies die. It is so easy, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe you don't have this weapon. You need it. Go get it, man. I'm saying it again. Get this weapon. Get it. Get it now. Do it. All right. So you can even create more orbs. You don't even have to create just one. Create 15 of them. I don't flipping care. They just stack up each other, and then you have all these orbs doing damage. It is amazing. And of course the entropy. We also have that. So why don't you have this weapon? I don't know, man. I don't know why people don't have this weapon. It is so amazing. And it is very fun to play with. As you can see, you can just stand here and defend the spot you want. And after a while, you just put another orb in the stack and they'll do the damage. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That is all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love this flipping weapon, as you can hear. Check me out in all my other videos. Like and subscribe, of course. And I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, my good friend, adios. And all damage is per second. And damage, of course, is affected by power strength. And the duration of the infection is affected by power duration. So an affected enemy is damaged by toxin damage, and all enemies surrounding that bastard will be damaged as well. And as you can see, you can use your mold as a bait mechanism. Put some spores on there, let those bastards gnaw at it, and they will die of toxin and viral damage. And activate